Okay, the audience. And
We live in a country obsessed with food. And in terms of our health, our food is either killing us or it's curing us. And in terms of sugar, it is definitely doing more killing than curing. We all know it's generally bad for us, but we forget just how harmful it can be and how numb to it we have become. We may grow tired of hearing it from health professionals or even our own mothers, but today I'm here to tell you that people in America are eating too much sugar. Don't just take my word for it. The American Heart Association officially published in 2015 that people should only have between 25 and 35 grams of sugar per day. More specifically, around 25 for women and 35 for men. And to put this in perspective, for women, that's the same amount that's in 2 Pop-Tarts. But ignore the grams and measurements for a second. Ever had a foggy brain, consistent headaches, or skin breakouts? We can probably all say yes at some point. And none of us want these things, but I believe we have simply gotten used to having them. We've given up on the idea of fixing the symptoms because we don't realize that the ability to fix them lies in our nutrition. And sugar stands at the forefront of leading causes. So overall, when it comes to our sugar intake, our health isn't lying. So why have we come to this point? What's causing our increased addiction to sugary substances? Once again, we live in a fast food, bakery-filled country. Our food industry is bigger than it has ever been. According to Beyond the Basics Health Academy, at the end of the 1800s, the average person consumed 5 pounds of sugar per year. And today, it is now 137 pounds per year, per person. Wow. The statistics are staggering, and they only reinforce our plummeting lifespans and obesity epidemics here in America. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not talking to you because you're not overweight, you don't really eat sweets, but this is just as relevant to those who might consider themselves healthy as those who might not. So it's time for us to realize that sugar is hidden everywhere. Personally, I made this realization more recently. So to give some background, a few years ago I had what I would consider my first nutritional breakthrough. I gave up gluten and tried to cut dairy in half, but it was really the first time I paid attention to what I was eating. I felt better, and I thought I was being pretty healthy. But, limiting sugary sweets, limiting drinks, and choosing healthier fast food options, what more is there, right? But a couple years ago when I came across that American Heart Association statistic, my whole eating philosophy was changed. I was blown away upon reading labels in my own house. Things that I ate every day were pushing me past the limit in attempts to be healthy. From cereal, to protein bars, to salad dressing. I believe many of us can relate to this because we think we're doing fine, but we don't really know how much sugar we're eating. For example, a day of healthy eating might look something like this. Maybe a yogurt and granola for breakfast, a salad with creamy dressing for lunch, a protein or granola bar in the afternoon, and chicken, maybe barbecue sauce with glazed carrots and baked beans for dinner. Now, I wouldn't consider this a day of meals to be unhealthy, right? And it's not. But in terms of sugar, it's a low-quality choice. And depending on brands, this comes to an average of 60 grams of sugar. That's twice the daily intake for women, and that doesn't include any beverages or occasional desserts. So what can we do to subdue our clearly sugary habits? It starts with becoming aware of the foods that we keep around. We have to actually read food labels and maybe make substitutions. Sure, it might mean standing in the grocery store for 30 minutes comparing granola bar boxes, but you will feel the difference in your health. Obviously, eating dessert isn't going to kill you, but watching our consistent daily sugar intake is going to make all the difference. It might prevent heart disease later or a headache tomorrow. But in the end, eating too much sugar doesn't just mean going past the recommended number of grams. It means eating more than our bodies are supposed to handle, or more than our bodies can process while also being energetic and thriving. And maybe we don't really know just how energetic and thriving we can be because we've always been held down by the sugar. So let's take a step back and rethink what we're eating in terms of our sugar, because would you rather be a staggering statistic or energetic and thriving? Thank you.